I went on vacation with my wife the other week and I brought a couple of fragrances, and these are the ones that stood out to me the most and got complimented on by the wife, which is rare. If you're new here, my name is Josh and I love fashion and fragrances. And I don't own hundreds of fragrances. I only buy full bottles of fragrances that I really love and I know I can wear a lot. But I do love the journey of experiencing perfumery. That's why I buy a lot of samples. And these samples are some of the most natural smelling, quality, and long-lasting fragrances I have ever tried. And most of these are niche except for the last one, which is my favorite Middle Eastern fragrance right now. Alright, first fragrance we're gonna talk about is Torino 21. I have it sprayed on this tester strip and I'll show you the full bottle right here. Now this was made for the NATO ATP finals, which will be held in Turin, which is Xerjoff's hometown. I love me a little history with a fragrance. It just adds some depth to the experience. This is an aromatic green citrus scent with lemon, basil, and mint. I realized how much I love mint in perfumery with this scent. I mean, I have Le Beau Paradise Garden, which is mint and coconut. I have Gentleman Society Extreme, which is mint and coffee. So yeah, I think I just love the note of mint. It just adds some liveliness. I just love the vibrant nature of it. You know, it's uplifting, and uplifting this is. You get a beautiful blend of the citrus and herbal notes, and that black currant adds some tanginess to it. And the dry down has like a spa vibe to it, which I love. And the wife loves it too. She loves spa-like scents. In the dry down, she really likes it. Since this was made for a tennis tournament, you know, I started playing pickleball and I've been using this a lot on the court, and it's just the perfect court scent. And I read somewhere that it's supposed to be inspired by a tennis ball also, and I have played tennis, and when the tennis ball heats up, it has this scent, and I do get it for this, which is weird and interesting, and it's actually pretty nice. It's energizing, but it's calming at the same time. I love this. This is a really nice quality and unique fragrance that you won't smell anywhere else. And this does last a while. Even when I sweat, I clocked at least 8 hours on this on our trip. And yeah, it had decent projection for the first 3-4 hours. And then it tapered down to a skin scent by hour 7. Definitely on my full bottle list. Next up, we have another Xerjoff. Now, this is going to be quick because I don't love this as much as I love Torino 21. And a lot of people do love this. So if this is your cup of tea, more power to you. This is Xerjoff's Renaissance. This also has mint in it, so it has that vibrant nature to it. But instead of having lemon and herbal notes, this has a realistic tangerine note to it. And it's really well done. You know that scent when you peel tangerines and that scent that sticks on your fingers? It has a rindiness to it, a creaminess to it that is really pleasant. It's a sweet, candied kind of citrus, and I'm not really a big fan of those types of scents. I like my citruses more green, herbal, a little bit grassy. But if you want a realistic orange or tangerine and musk that lasts at least 8 hours on your skin, this is a must try. Alright, so we've talked about lemon from Torino 21 and tangerine from Renaissance, Xerjoff Renaissance. This next fragrance is centered on lime, and this is actually my scent of the day. This is Bohemian Lime by Goldfield and Banks. Now, I've heard some people call this Lime Ventus because of its similarities to Aventus, and they're not wrong. They're actually pretty spot on, in my opinion. This is technically Aventus, but instead of the pineapple, the heavy pineapple, you get lime. That doesn't really bother me because I do love the Aventus DNA. My favorite fresh fragrance is inspired by the Aventus DNA, especially when it's done really well, and this does just that. A realistic, juicy lime with some woods and spice. If I were to compare it with other Aventus fragrances, it would be like Aventus Cologne meets Mont Blanc Explorer, and add a lot of lime and some spice from that coriander. And that spice really gets me. This is a little bit spicier than Aventus Cologne, which is something that gets me. I like it. I like the coriander in this. This lasts a while on my skin as well, just like everything on this list. Nothing comes under 7 to 8 hours of performance, and this gets me around 8 hours of performance. 8 hours no fail with moderate projection for at least 4 hours. Now I do want to get a full bottle of this, but I just have so many twists on Ventus already that I feel like this is pretty redundant. Next fragrance is Bois Impérial or Bois. I don't know if you're French, they say the right pronunciation is Bois with a silent S, so I'm going with that. It's Bois Impérial by Essential Parfums. Now I have used up the sample. I've used up most of these samples. I just repurchased them because that's how I do things. I purchase a sample and I purchase it again just to make sure that I really love it before I get a full bottle. So I really test it out. I've used up the sample and I don't think I'll be getting a full bottle of Bois Impérial by Essential Parfums. It did blow me away the first time I used it. It's this classic fougere fragrance, and you get the ambroxan from it. I'm gonna put up the notes again here. You do get the ambroxan from it, but it's not like in your face. It doesn't scream at your face. It's used properly and it's used the right way, in my opinion. It just helps push out all the other notes of the fragrance, and it's beautiful to me. It's this icy woods kind of scent. I imagine like frozen tree trunks. The basil adds a nice herbal note to it, and the woods and the patchouli are blended really, really well. It's giving homestead, you know, like cabin in the woods or walking around your estate in late autumn. I don't know if you get it, but that's a picture in my head right now. It's classy, it's high quality, and it's just addicting to me. The only reason why, or one of the reasons why I am not gonna get a full bottle yet is because I feel like it's a little bit more mature for my taste. Maybe in a couple of years, but yeah, I know it's hard, it's very personal, you know, but I just can't find a situation where I'd wear it as often as I'd like to. I can wear it out with a white t-shirt or just a button up like this, and that should be fine, but it just smells like an older gentleman to me. Plus, the wife doesn't really like it, so that's a big factor. But yeah, an amazing composition, an amazing fragrance. It's an aromatic fougere done perfectly, and it does last a while on my skin, at least 7 to 8 hours with moderate projection. It's quality in a bottle. Now, after all those niche fragrances, like I said, the last one is gonna be Middle Eastern fragrance. And it's my favorite Middle Eastern fragrance because it smells very similar to my favorite niche freshie, Hachivat. And this next one is Rasasi Hawas Black. Now, a lot of people say these aren't summer fragrances, but they are to me. They're fresh, fruity, they're citrusy, and the oak moss just gives that zinginess to me that just, it gets me. It really gets me. And yeah, I can wear this anywhere, anytime. It is my favorite for a reason. I layer it with some of my other fresher fragrances. Now, Hawas Black is based on Nishane's Hachivat, but it does have its own thing. It has a little bit of a twist, okay? And it's on the note breakdown, and I'll put the note breakdown here. Hachivat has more of an emphasis on the pineapple. Like, the sequence is there. The sequence gets it perfectly, in my opinion. So on Hachivat, the pineapple comes first, and then the grapefruit, and then the bergamot. But on Hawas Black, the bergamot comes first, and then the pineapple, and then the grapefruit. So that pretty much sums up the opening of these two for me, the differences at least. And Hawas is more of like a creamy citrus with less oak moss. The oak moss on the Hachivat is really just there. It's a sharp citrus with oak moss, and on the Hachivat, it's a smoother, maybe a little bit denser, creamier version. And maybe that has something to do with the amber that's in here that is not in the Hachivat. Maybe that's it. Now, this surprised me, like I mentioned earlier in this video. This surprised me because my wife has never really complimented me on Hachivat. Maybe one time, when it was really dry down in the late dry down. But this, she complimented me right after spraying it. Or, well, it was kind of washed out because I did go swimming with this. And you can go swimming with it because it's very oily. It's very oily when you spray it on, and it stays on your skin for a while. And yeah, maybe if I went swimming with a Hachivat, maybe she'd like it better because she doesn't really like heavy citrus fragrances, like strong citrus fragrances. She's not really a big fan of those kinds of fragrances. And this is a strong citrus fragrance, just like Hachivat is. But anyway, I wore this to the pool, and right after getting in the pool, she followed right after, and she smelled what I had on, and she did mention that she liked what I was wearing. And it's surprising because that doesn't come often. That is pretty rare from her. Now, if you know Hawas, you know their fragrances are beastly, and this is no exception. This lasts at least 20 hours on my skin, and that's no exaggeration. I sprayed this on one arm and it lasted me the whole day up until the next day. Even after showering, I could smell it when I put my nose to my skin. It's just that strong, and it's the same performance with Hachivat for me. These two last the same amount of time, projects just as strong as each other. It's perfectly equal. I don't know why I'm doing this with the bottle, but yeah. Even if I have this, I do think I'm gonna get me a bottle of this because I love this so much, and I love that DNA so much that I think I will get me a bottle of Rasasi's Hawas Black. I just like the creamier nature of this, and I like how it isn't as sharp as Hachivat. Because sometimes I'm not in the mood for that sharp oak moss from Hachivat, but I still want to get the DNA. So maybe that's when I pull this out. So yeah, full bottle worthy, absolutely. And there you have it. These are some of the fragrances that I've been really enjoying the past couple of weeks. But what do you think? Which one would you wear, and which one would you most likely want to try out? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.